on the insistence of the United States government. After an aerial resupply, the material has to be transported to secret caches and distribution points. Pack animals and porters are used in the mountainous central provinces. Canoes with outboard motors move stores and munitions along rivers in sparsely populated areas. In the northern region, the Mosquito Indians, expert navigators of the jungle rivers, ferry fighters and equipment during the night. But in areas where the Contras have nominal control, river movement takes place by day, despite the threat of aerial surveillance and interdiction. The man-pack artillery used inside Nicaragua by the freedom fighters consists of U.S. caliber mortars. The brand new 60mm mortars seem to be favored as they are light and maneuverable. The DSHK 12.7 heavy machine gun is used for both anti-aircraft and ground support fire. The deadly high-explosive rounds are handled easily by a female fighter acting as a feeder in the gun crew. Being heavy and unmanageable, the bipod and sights for this U.S. 81mm mortar were left behind, rendering the weapon virtually ineffective. A variety of personal weapons are carried, but the robust AKMs and AK-47s predominate. The weapons of communist origin are often new, as illustrated by this Soviet Druganov sniper's rifle. Section machine guns include American, European, and communist weapons, using a number of different caliber rounds. Commander Condor demonstrates an M41A3 surface-to-air missile. These anti-aircraft missiles are the only effective answer the freedom fighters have to the helicopter gunships given to the Sandinistas by the Soviets. The missile was so new it still had its confidential warning attached. But Commander Condor was well-trained and competent. 1 hour after this demonstration, this missile was successfully deployed against a Sandinista Mi-17 helicopter, destroying it completely. Many observers expect the Contra forces to launch a major offensive this year. Reports indicate that the majority of freedom fighters are now inside Nicaragua, despite increased Sandinista activity. The number of military incidents as a direct result of their presence has risen to over 300 per month. But it is unclear whether these are all initiated by the rebels. The commanders of the Contra forces foresee a protracted war of attrition, in which every day that their fighters are merely present in Nicaragua causes a progressive deterioration in the Sandinistas' ability to govern the country. As in any guerrilla war, the popular support of the local people is essential to success. But the sparse population in the main operational areas is hard-pressed to aid the Contras. Rationing and state controls imposed by the totalitarian government make it difficult to obtain supplies from commercial sources. Resupply from external depots is essential, but to do this by air is expensive. Limited resources dictate that secure overland routes must be established. Realizing this, the Sandinista military announced that it would launch a major offensive to disrupt the Contras' attempts to develop an overland supply corridor. The freedom fighters wait, preparing to put up a limited resistance before disappearing into the jungle. Some begin digging foxholes, having decided that their chances are better below ground level, although this is not common practice. The mortar crew cleans and checks their weapon. Recently supplied ammunition is unpacked and placed ready to be primed and used in the coming battle. But despite the checking and maintenance, when the attack finally came, at least one of these heavy machine guns did not fire at the crucial moment. The Sandinista attack came in the early morning. Commandant Mike Lima, officer commanding the defense and counterattacks, directs operations by radio from a command post in the hills.